What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be working on my '09 Tahoe. So I'm having an issue where it doesn't want to start. It doesn't, no power is going, no power is on. The lights won't come on. You turn the key, nothing happened. So I was having this problem about a few weeks ago. It was on and off. So what I did was took off the negative. I cleaned the ground that is on the head right there, and then there's one that leads to the body down there. I cleaned off both of those and it seemed to start working a little better. So today I'm at the store and all of a sudden it just stopped. I went to go turn it on, nothing. It wouldn't do anything. So I took off the negative, then put it back on. The battery is charged. I took off the positive, put it back on, and then I was reading online, they said to check out the mega fuse, which is right here. They got a 175 amp fuse that goes right here. So they say check it, it could be corroded. So I pulled it off and I cleaned it up a little bit. I put everything back together and it fired up. So I said, okay, maybe that was a problem. Then as soon as I get home, I went to go move it. It wouldn't start again. It did the same thing. I pulled off the cables, tried to clean everything. I did get it started, so I was able to pull up here. So now what I did was I went to the store and I did pick up the mega fuse amp, and as well as a negative battery cable. A lot of people were saying you could tell it starts pulling away where you can actually see the braided wire. So right up in here. So they say it's best to replace it. This is a common problem with these years of Yukons, Tahoes. I actually had the issue in my Silverado. It did it every now and then, but not like this. And I don't want to be left stranded. So I said I'm gonna try out the negative cable. I'm gonna clean up these terminals, and I'm gonna change out this 175 amp fuse, and then go from there. So, all right, I'll be back in a second. So I removed the fuse. This is the fuse, and it's the exact same one. So I got this one at O'Reilly's. So I went and picked that up. It's held on by three 13 millimeter nuts. So you just take them off with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna replace it. As you can see, I'm gonna clean up these, and then I'm gonna put the fuse back. So hopefully this fixes it. Watch, Jace, behind you. All right, so this is the next day, but I went ahead and I changed out the mega fuse, cleaned up the terminals with some battery cleaner, scrubbed them with a wire brush, got them all nice. Now I'm doing the negative cable. So the negative cable, as I said before, is connected right there to the cylinder head, which I've already disconnected it. It goes right here in the head, and then it runs all the way down at the bottom and connects to the frame. So I was messing around with it. I was trying to get my big hand behind this thing so I can get to this nut right here. But I said, you know what? I'm tired of messing with it. I was messing with it for about 10 minutes trying to get it off and get my hand back there. I kept dropping the socket and everything. So I said, you know what? I already took the bumper off before. Takes me less than about 10 minutes to take the bumper off. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take the bumper off. That way I can clean the area and scrub everything and make sure everything's nice and clean before I put it all back together without not seeing it. So right now, that's what I'm gonna do. I got an OEM cable. You can get these pretty cheap on Rock Auto. So I did go with the OEM. It's the same as the one I'm pulling off. So I'm gonna get this all put up, and then I'll be right back. So I finally got this cable out of there. Here's the old one. This is the old one, and here's the brand new one. So I'm gonna replace that, and I'm glad I took the bumper off. So this is why there was so much crud and stuff in that area. I had to scrub and clean around. So I cleaned this area out to make sure it's got a connection to the frame. So now I'm gonna start feeding this harness back in. I'm glad I took the bumper off because I was able to see it. You can't see it, so I wouldn't have been able to see the area. So now I'm about to start feeding the new cable back through, and I'm gonna hook it all up, and then we're gonna fire it up. So I finally got everything back on and connected. So connected to the battery post connected. The ground is screwed in the block, and as well as traveling all the way down here. And I got this cleaned up, and I got this put on. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the bumper back on. All right, so I finally got everything put back together. Got my bumper and grill back on. Everything buttoned up. This is what I used. I used some battery cleaner that I picked up from O'Reilly's. 15 millimeter to take that bolt out the head. I needed a 10 and a 7 millimeter, and I used my Milwaukee. And here is the GM part number for the negative battery cable. So it is all. The other night, once I actually drove it up here, I couldn't get it to start. It wouldn't start anymore once I pulled it up here on my ramps. So let's give it a try. Oh, well, we got power. It won't start because the hood's up. All right, so we got power. So hopefully that was the fix. All right, thanks for looking.